everybody. Welcome to a new episode of Hallmark Heartbeats, a podcast all about Hallmark movies. And I am joined by my friend Kayla as we talk Christmas movies. The movies that we are talking about today are An Unexpected Christmas starring Bethany Lenz and Tyler Hynes. Also, it was written by Paul Campbell, our dear friend. And Making Spirits Bright, starring Taylor Cole and Carlo Marx. Unexpected Christmas is about these two exes who, I guess, go to Fulton, Illinois. They didn't expect to go there. Jamie, who's played by Tyler, did tell his family that him and his girlfriend Emily, played by Bethany Lenz, is broke up. So his family thought that they were all together this whole time, and they kind of play a ruse that they were together while they were staying with his family and stuff like that. But yeah, what did you think of this movie?
I enjoyed it. It made me laugh in a few places. I love the representation this movie had with it. Thought that Jamie's sister was a lesbian, and she adopted, and I loved that.
I personally did not like the fact that they made her lesbian, mostly because I feel like if they're gonna do that, show her out on the date. Like, they just showed little seed, you get what I'm saying? They just showed.
They reference that she's a lesbian, and then she's not in a relationship,
right? And she not, but not just that, but it's she we didn't even really see, I guess she went on a date with Gina or whatever. It's her, but they maybe shared 2 scenes together in total of the movie. So I'm sitting there going okay, go full on, because it became a throwaway storyline here.
Yeah. I know they're trying to bring in the representation, but at the same, I like that they're trying, but at the same time, if you're gonna do it, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do love the fact that she adopted.
Yes.
So that part I like, but the end of it where they did the Christmas play and he was in the unicorn outfit.
That was my favorite scene the whole movie. Was I have a problem next year if this movie comes up again. Somebody asks me what this movie is about, I'm going to say Tyler Hynes in a unicorn. There you go. I don't know anything else about the movie but Tyler Hynes as a unicorn. Paul Campbell totally was I'm gonna put this scene in the movie just to make it wear a unicorn.
Because it's hilarious. That it not only that, but if the scene falls apart on stage, he's trying to deliver the lines, and the unicorn
has all of the glitter. He has all of the glitter and stuff all over his face. When I saw the white makeup, I thought he was going to play some kind of ghost. So when he comes out with the unicorn, it was so funny. Are you okay?
I'm just laughing so hard I'm crying. And the glasses had to go. Okay.
That was too funny. But yes. And the other thing that I want from this movie is a voice-activated she-shed.
And it would be epic.
I'm not joking with you. Every single time Becca turned on her she-shed, I'm like, I want one. I can't one. How come I don't have one? It was too funny. but yeah, definitely my favorite part was the unicorn in the she shed. The family is hilarious though. His family is hilarious. His grandmom dropped some one-liners. My favorite one-liner is the pursuit to perfection is paved with disappointments. I'm like, damn, grandma, okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's right.
But yeah, Jamie had broken up with Emily because her career was going off, and he was still in the dumps, I guess. But now he is a speechwriter for the governor.
And by the way, is a woman of color.
A Black woman, yeah. Yes. And then she goes, and she's doing some kind of creative ad thing about Fulton, Illinois. And Jackie Joyner Kersee did a small cameo. It lasted like 1 minute. Anyway, but yeah, and then Tyler, but she didn't know why he broke up with her at all. And that was the hilarious part of the whole movie, was like, the waiter, right? She like drunken confessed to him about it's all being a ruse. And then like when they went out with the family, he's the waiter again. It's so hilarious how they like run to the table and then behind the menu also. the sister was like, "What? How do you want me to get rid of him? This is not the Godfather." You can't get rid of a person. Like, you want me to like drag him out in the alley? Dumpster. Oh my gosh. But yeah, the movie is hilarious. It had me laughing so hard. And cameo appearance is of Andrew Walker also was in this film. He was in a small scene where, very small scene, blink and miss kind of thing, where he was walking in the restaurant that Jamie and Emily were in. But anyway, yeah, this is hilarious. I laugh so hard. This is one of those movies that it's like not deep in my.
It doesn't, like, you don't have to think hard.
No.
To enjoy it, yeah.
It's just funny, and that's good. I mean, like, you don't need...
You need that sometimes instead of all this hard stuff.
Yes, I mean, like, we just talked about 5 more minutes. We need, like, we need 60 more.
What's funnier than seeing Tyler Hynes in a unicorn costume?
Yeah, I mean, like, hello, it was hilarious. It was just downright awesome.
Yes. Thank you, Paul, for making us laugh. I so hard with crying.
Anyway, but yes, yeah, I think this is the kind of movie that we need for Christmas. Just full on laughter. Nothing deep, nothing serious, nothing.
Yeah. That's why I think I like Elf so much, is it makes you laugh. So yeah, kind of in the remnants of that scenario. Yeah. I think
that is the biggest compliment a movie can get, especially comedic Christmas movie can get, is if it's compared to Elf.
I mean, you don't get past the comedic basis of Jon Favreau and Will Farrell without any, yeah. So Tyler and Paul, y'all.
Christmas Claus is my favorite, but I'm pretty sure Elf is like up there on the comedy. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so how many stars would you give this one?
I give it a 3 and 3.8 or so. I couldn't give it a complete 4 because his sister, they just put her in a relationship, and that probably would have given it the 4 at least.
Yeah. I like this movie. I honestly, it was, I'd give it a 4. I would give it the full 4. Mostly because I think that,
between the lack of representation, complete representation, and the very pushy parents, that was the other issue.
That was when they thought that she was gonna have a baby or whatever, so then Tyler spit out his drink. Oh my goodness, that was too funny. But yeah, that definitely comedic highlight and hilarious and just awesomeness all around. Anyway, so the next movie is called Making Spirits Bright, starring Taylor Cole and Carlo Marx. Taylor Cole plays Grace, who is a partner / owner of Upstage. It's a house staging company. Her partner's name is Sarah. Carlo Marx plays Tony, who has MBA. He's a Master's of Business degree. And he's working with his family at their holiday decorating company or whatever. Anyway,
the most underused MBA in history. God.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so they are the two children of rivalry decorating families, I guess. I guess this is like Romeo and Juliet.
I was about to say that it very reminiscent of Romeo and Juliet, which, by the way, is a complete tragedy, and you really shouldn't try to make it into a comedy because it's not. And,
but they did with this movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's just certain, like, don't romanticize that.
The general plot point is very similar to Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
But without the poison or suicide.
No.
But anyway, the two kids of rivalry families. How does the beginning go of Romeo and Juliet in Verona?
Like, and the thing is, like, when they they meet up on the road, and he's first off, he's in his truck. Okay, first off, my experience around trucks is that they can pretty much go through anything unless they don't have 4-wheel drive. And I'm telling you, if you have a truck that doesn't have 4-wheel drive, why is it even a truck? This is coming from the fact that I was raised by a man who drives only 4-wheel drive cars. Okay. Okay, that truck would have made it through the snow. Sorry to disappoint you guys.
Like some kind of plastic mat for it to get out of the snow ditch or whatever, which is hilarious. But anyway, yeah, they had that going, but then so I guess their two dads were used to be business partners, but then like one of the dads wanted to I don't know, expand their business and make more money out of the business or whatever. And the other dad wasn't really into all that because he was like, it's all about the feeling, which is fine. I personally, I don't know why it's like either or. This is the same thing with Christmas's CEO. Why can't it be about the feeling and also make money out of that feeling? You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, and I do understand it. So
it's like it can't be both. Why can't it be? Why does it have to be either or? Anyway, so they hadn't talked to each other for like years. There's this competition called Merry Nights.
Whatever. It's a Christmas light competition.
Yeah, and they both go into competition first against each other and against this two other teams. One of them was Glow Skates, who we will talk about later.
Yeah.
And they realized that for them to go to the finals, they have to compete together. So they all merge and they get the house together, and the house looks great. And they get to the finals, and they also win. So anyway, but yeah, we're like glossing over many other story points, but that's pretty much the gist of it. I like this movie. I did like this movie.
I enjoyed the movie. Yes.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. The dads were hilarious. When they were like about to go, I swear I thought they were gonna fight.
I thought that there were gonna be some punches thrown or something. Yeah, I really did.
But they were signing up for the competition or whatever, when they had to turn in the registration paperwork. It looked like the whole neighborhood was there to separate them.
But yeah, like one of the dads ended up fracturing his clavicle, which is not an easy thing to recover from. So he fell off the ladder and everything, and all the family came together and everything, and they won, blah blah. Which obviously predictable, but
it's Hallmark.
It's Hallmark, but still enjoyable. And
yeah.
I think this thing here. I love the romance between her and him. That was cool.
Yeah. I love that you kind of see the progress of their relationship kind of thing, like all throughout the movie kind of thing, from they're just friends to teasing each other to now kind of something more.
They both want more. Okay.
Yeah.
And of course they did do a year
later
thing, and they're together.
Yeah. And she has a TV show now with her partner Sarah. They have their own storyline, but
yeah, their own storyline's very reminiscent of the dads, where they're starting to
Just glad. I am glad though that Grace was spoke up for herself, because I feel like if she hadn't told her partner what was going on, we were gonna see another generation
not talking to a really good friend.
Yeah, over business. This is why also I have a major hesitation about going into business with friends or family.
But yeah, so now the topic that we really wanted to discuss when we saw this. Yeah, okay. Most people know that a trigger for epilepsy, if you are aware of epilepsy at all, that one of the triggers are strobe lights and or flashing lights of any kind. Well, Hallmark didn't warn people about that being in this movie prior to it watching. Now, my seizures are completely under control. So I am not photosensitive. I'm not one of those people. And epilepsy comes in all different shapes and forms and everything else too.
Yeah.
But I'm not one of those people. But I'm standing up for the people that have this disease and are. And it's November, okay? It's Epilepsy Awareness Month. I'm going to bring awareness to my disease because I battle it every day of my life. And there's so many other people, 3-something million people in the United States alone have epilepsy. And there's still a stigma.
Yep.
And this could have triggered someone if they weren't aware of it. You can't just look away, because when you have a seizure, you're not aware you're having one. Sorry, ableist assholes. I mean,
here's the thing. I posted this on Facebook and I posted this on Instagram, and the number of people who have called me, called me stupid, called me dumb, called me all these crazy names for even bringing it to suggestion. It's like, y'all don't get it. People can die from seizures.
Yeah. You know the number of people who have ended up in the hospital because they were behind the wheel when they had a seizure? That's why you can't get a license after you had a seizure for 6 months.
Yeah. It's also like Hallmark puts up advertisements at the bottom of the screen all of the freaking time throughout the movies. Mm-hmm. You cannot put a little caption there saying flash warning or whatever for people who have seizures. It's just
if you're going to talk about inclusion and disability awareness, this is a disability you need to bring awareness to.
Yeah. And like, fuck everybody else who has a problem with it. I'm sorry, but it's
3 million people in the United States alone have epilepsy.
Yep.
Come on, people. It's time to bring awareness to it.
I know. It just pisses me off how ignorant some people are. And someone said to me, I was like, y'all, this isn't being soft. This is actually caring for other people's health. And I know it may be hard for others to understand, which is kind of weird for me to get. Like, y'all are self-proclaimed Christians, how you don't get about people who care about other people. I don't know. But I mean, it's just a small little thing in the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. You watch a Disney movie on Disney Plus. Every one of their movies has a photosensitive warning on it.
Yep.
Every single one of them. Disney did it for a reason because there's 400,000 children who have epilepsy and they watch these movies. There's a reason why. It's not just epilepsy. There are people who are photosensitive who are on the autism spectrum. It's more than just that. So you got to be aware of that stuff. And
well, luckily we were able to bring it to awareness to a Hallmark executive today. So hopefully they take it to heart and actually
so if you see Making Spirits Bright air again, maybe we'll see a flash because they took the audio alerts and everything, those disappeared. It's because people were saying stuff. They pay attention to you guys. So we brought something aware that causes that it's an issue for so many people. And since I'm a part of the community, I'm standing up for you.
You don't even have to be part of the community to stand up for others. That's a problem.
But since I am, I want others to say thank you. And that's all. Just I don't want people who suffer from this disease worse than I do to have an issue.
The thing is, also people seem to not realize that you don't have to be part of a community to fight for that community. Like, for example, I've been people assumed I was gay because I fight for gay rights, and I'm sitting there going like, I think that's more telling of you than it is of me, because you seem to think that I have to be part of the community to be fighting for them.
No, you can be an ally.
Like,
we both are allies. I'm completely straight, but I will fight for your rights. But as a person who happens to have a disability, that's under control and invisible.
Okay, so that's about it for this podcast. This is quick. Next podcast that we are doing is Christmas at Castle Heart, starring Lacey Chabert and Stuart Townsend, as well as Time for Them to Come Home for Christmas, starring Jesse Schramer and Brendan Penny. This is third. That will be the third podcast of the week. Anyway, so hold on. So thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.